Lilo and Stitch 2025 was good, but not great. And there are reasons why. Why is that? There are a few reasons. And it's an interesting case because we have the originals to look back at, and we have the subsequent works of the people behind Lilo and Stitch to look at as well. The people who made the original Lilo and Stitch were good storytellers, and their subsequent work proves that. But this film wasn't directed by them, it was directed by someone else. And apparently this film was actually originally intended to be a Disney Plus release, which also goes to explaining maybe some of its shortcomings. The dominant feeling I think a number of viewers will have coming away from this film is they're going to think, it's okay, but it kind of just makes me want to watch the original film. But that might be an intentional stroke of genius on the creators' parts. Lilo and Stitch had one theatrical movie, then 3 more theatrical movies, and a TV series, and some video games. What better move to pull for a live-action remake than to create such an impression that it just makes people think, oh, I should go look at the originals again. That's money in the bank. That's more Disney Plus hours. In a sense, I can almost see the creators of this being in the middle of production and saying, well, if it's not good as the original, it'll just make people go back and watch the original. And we want that to happen too. There are things that I think any audience member will be able to point out as weaknesses compared to the original. In ways it's not as funny. Lilo's characterization isn't as strong. They removed Gantu, which removed a lot of the weight that was in the third act before. They changed Dr. Jumbo to accommodate that change, but that also ruined a lot of his initial characterization and what made him funny and memorable. They changed Nani's plot in a way that's already getting bad press online. A lot of the things that people are going to dislike about this film just come down to the standard grab bag of reasons to dislike live-action remakes. But a controversial opinion of mine is that live-action remakes don't have to be bad. If you had a meal you loved, why wouldn't you like it again a little while later, just with some differences? Yes, you can have that experience by just eating the meal at home, but part of a movie coming out is the social experience, the going out for it. And the film is recreating that experience as well. On top of that, general audiences mostly love live-action remakes, and the truth of the matter about adaptations in media is that a number of parties don't consider animation as legitimate as live-action. And so if something gets boosted enough where it can get a big budget live-action remake, most groups want to take it. But the flip side of that is that when the film is really, really good, it was optimized for animation, and live-action usually struggles to capture it. Lilo and Stitch has just been an example of that. The live-action Avatar is an example of that. And How to Train Your Dragon is going to be an example of that. All of those aren't necessarily the worst thing ever made ever. But you see, they often just have to rely a lot on CGI to fill the gaps that live action can't. It's like the truism. A kiss is easy to shoot in live action, but hard to shoot in animation. An explosion is easy in animation, but hard to do in live action. The creative mediums bump up against each other and don't always translate well from one to the other. But oh well, that's just what happens. And no matter how we feel about live action remakes, because definitely not all of them are good, they're going to get made anyway. They keep making bank. People keep paying for them. So you can either accept that or just don't go see them.